Away with murder. How to get away with murder. We left off last week. Wes was confronting Professor Keating that he was aware that her husband was seeing Lila and that she lied to him, basically kept it from him. And he knows that the Mr. Darcy is really Sam, Professor Keating's husband. All right. So Wes calls her a liar. He storms out. He's always been very self-righteous from the first or second episode in. Remember, he was always judging her, even though he knew she was shady. Kind of from the beginning, from the first episode, actually, he knew she was shady. All right. So the legal eagles have to bring him back in. I call the legal eagles, the Keating Five is what it's really called, but I like legal eagles better. But anyway, her young group has to bring him back in the fold because now he could be rogue. We don't want him to go rogue. He knows a little bit too much, so please don't go rogue, you. All right. So they try to bring him back in the fold, try to keep him engaged. But this week's episode centers around David Allen, a death row case appeal, and Professor Keating after some careful manipulation and negotiation that involves Asher getting the trophy and protecting Asher's his retired judge father's reputation and his legacy. Professor Keating gets David Allen off. So, you watch it if you're really that curious about these cases. These cases fill up the show, but we're all most interested in Professor Keating. She's the star. She's the one. Bonnie warns Laurel to stay away from Frank. She claims, Laurel is not his type. She just uses people, I guess, and gets rid of them. But anyway, and I thought maybe Bonnie was interested in Frank, but then there's a flash forward scene near the end in which she's in bed with Asher, it looks like. So I'm confused about that, but we'll see where that leads. So we see a flash forward of Bonnie and Asher in bed together. It's juicy, right? Wes blackmails Professor Keating, but he better be careful because he's playing with dangerous ground. Professor Keating is a veteran, okay? If you want to be a manipulator, a liar, whatever you want to call her, she probably did everything you did way before you did it, knows how to do it better. So I think Wes is playing a very dangerous game. I don't think he wants to make Professor Keating his enemy, but he's headed that way because he thinks he can blackmail or extort her. So it's going to be interesting to see where that relationship goes. In another scene, you see Professor Keating tearfully confessing that she still loves and needs Sam. Is she sincere, or is she just manipulating the situation? We don't know. The episode closes with Wes convincing Rebecca to allow Professor Keating to handle her case. Detective Nate reviews photos concerning Lila's murder. That's going to be juicy. And lastly, there's a flash forward scene that shows Professor Keating torn apart again, crying and distraught. And she's saying to Bonnie, she's calling Bonnie on the phone and she's saying, Bonnie, is Sam with you? But she's in bed with somebody else. She doesn't really care. All right. So until we meet again, it's Renee Stanley for Movie Review Relay. God bless.